Last year, I wrote and directed a short film. It was a lot of work, and one of the things that I had to do was I had to pick a cast and crew. I already had a producer and somebody who I knew I wanted to be first assistant director. Everything was going great until it was time to schedule a table reading with the actresses, and there was a schedule disagreement. Today, you're going to see some conflict intervention strategies, like the 8 steps to listening, not siding with one party, establishing a pool of shared meaning, and separating the people from the problem, all within an OFNR framework. Let's take a look.
Hey Tammy and Daniel, I've got a few dates for the table reading. I can do Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. I prefer the 18th, but based on what you guys think is best, please let me know. But we can't be waiting till the last minute.
That's fine, thanks. If we need to, we can always have the table reading with whoever is available and fill in everyone from there.
Sounds good. Hey cast and crew, we will be having the table reading on the 18th at Capitol Post starting at 8 p.m. Let me know if you need transportation arranged. Thanks.
Jackson, I don't think it's okay to hold a meeting on such an important religious holiday for the people on the team. Mindy is out of the game the 18th, but I go to Temple the closing night the 19th. I'll leave it to you both, but prompting an inclusive production and then not being mindful of the need to change the date isn't a great look. Tammy, we have 2 practicing Jews in the cast, and I even go to the temple on Yom Kippur. I still don't know Jackson, so can you talk to him and ask him to be sure to pick a date that doesn't conflict? Asking everyone to jump on a call with 1 week notice is not great. Hey cast and crew, don't worry. We will not be having a table reading on Yom Kippur. We will keep in touch soon about the date for a table reading.
I agree, it's not a good look. But at the same time, for the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to coordinate a few things that included a production meeting. And I'm just now getting info. So it's not a problem if you want me and Tammy to handle doing it. But Daniel, just to keep in mind moving forward, when we choose a date and it needs to be canceled, please make sure we are all on the same page before you send it out. Because that's also not a good look. Tammy, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to back out of this production. I've been working really hard to coordinate all this with you, but you made me the first AD and asked me to schedule these things. I'm not going to be talked to like this. I'll give you all the paperwork I've done so far and refund the advance pay you've already given me.
After that first email, I came back to a real mess. The cast was confused, the producer was upset, and my first AD had suddenly up and quit. I know both Daniel and Jackson. They're good people and they're friends of mine. I had to find a way to fix things and keep both people on the production without taking sides. I had to keep the people separate from the problem and find a win-win for everybody. First, I went back and forth between them individually and talked to them so I could understand both of their perspectives. Talking to them separately gave me the opportunity to practice the 8 steps of listening. I had to be aware of my own role in the conflict and aware of their core identities as people. Things were kind of heated, so it was important to manage the feelings of the conversation and keep them level-headed. I needed to both understand what had happened and why. Hearing was the most important part. I had to listen to why they felt that way about what had happened. Seeing through a different lens was helpful too. If I was in their shoes, what would I have done? Where were they coming from? I also could imagine what things would be like if we could resolve this conflict in a positive way. Then it was time to do. So I arranged a good time for us all to have a Skype session so we could talk directly one-on-one. No emails. Let's see what happened.
Hey, first I want to thank you both so much for making the time to be here for us to talk. I really appreciate it. You both are really valuable parts of this project, and I seriously do not want to lose either of you. I know we're all invested in this project and want it to turn out as best as we can make it. I think things just got a little heated just because it was over email and it can be hard to sense tone sometimes. Daniel, I'm so sorry. I had no idea it was Yom Kippur. You're absolutely right that we should not schedule anything on that day so both you and the cast can celebrate. I just wish we could have slowed down a bit so we could have all made that decision together instead of going back and forth with the cast about it. And Jackson, you've been working really hard in this production, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry if I haven't been getting information to you soon enough for you to make decisions earlier. That's my fault, and I'll work on that. I know it's probably pretty frustrating for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I really want to be a part of this project, but I need to feel respected, and part of that is letting me do the job you gave me. But I can't do that if emails are going out constantly that conflict what I say. It makes me look stupid in front of everyone.
Jackson, I want to apologize. I never meant to come off the way that I did towards you. I understand now that my email list might have sounded a little hostile. I was busy at work, and my main focus was just to make sure the cast and crew didn't think they had to work on Yom Kippur or miss out on something important with the production.
That's okay. I understand. I had no idea it was Yom Kippur either. I was just trying to follow what the director wanted to do. I feel comfortable working on this project going forward, as long as we make decisions together from now on.
You may have noticed that I used the last step of listening here, loving speech. I made sure I validated their feelings and that they heard that they were both valuable parts of the team. Once everybody had time to cool off and say how they were feeling, we were able to move past what had happened and understand what to do in the future. If we look at this from an OF&R framework, we can use it to analyze the deeper meanings of what had really happened. First, observation without evaluation. Both people in this scenario had a goal. Jackson wanted to do a good job with the schedule, and Daniel wanted to keep the holiday free for not only himself, but for the cast as well. It's important to refrain from a judgment evaluation that they were pushy or bossy or demanding. Then we take a look at their feelings about what happened. Jackson wasn't upset that there was a schedule conflict. He was upset because he was feeling undermined when he was only trying to do his best. Daniel was upset because his religion is important to him in the cast, and we weren't really being sensitive to that. Their needs are easy to identify. They both need to feel respected. Jackson for the work he was doing, and Daniel for the religious event that he wanted to attend. Their requests were pretty much identical too. Please communicate better and keep me more involved in the decisions you make before we involve other people. Most importantly, we started our conflict resolution from a pool of shared meaning. Every single one of us wanted the project to turn out good. It was a common goal that everybody could agree upon. In the end, things turned out pretty great. We all worked hard to make the film, and everyone on set felt respected and valuable to the team. Overall, it was a pretty great resolution.
Hey guys, you wanted to talk? What's up?
Yeah, we wanted to thank you for all the hard work you did on the production and let you know that Daniel and I have decided to continue to work together doing some freelance projects.
Jackson is going to handle the creative work, and I'm going to handle the business side of things. It was on your film that we realized we work really well together and we'll make a great business partners.
Yeah, and that wouldn't have happened if you hadn't convinced us to work out that conflict we had.
I'm really happy to hear that. I'm glad to see that you two are going to continue to work together and that I was able to help build this relationship between you by bringing us all in on my film.
Yeah, funny thing, it turns out that a lot of people at work thought my emails were hostile too and just weren't saying anything. So our conflict was actually an opportunity for me to change my behavior elsewhere, and my work environment is a lot better for it.
That's great. I know you guys are going to be really successful. Good luck.